what's up, guys? Peace and blessings. Welcome to my live Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are doing great. I know I had set my time to come on tomorrow around about 3 o'clock, but it was some stuff that I want to go ahead and talk about, which I always tell you guys, when you hear here, trust me, you can go ahead and take it to the bank. And now I'm reading, and seeing some bloggers, they are making videos talking about, the millimeters, how now they are, they just, like I said, they just taking things too far where I was reading, I don't know if it's true or not, and also I saw a video, so I'm gonna go ahead and say allegedly, but they said that the feds are involved in it now because they have crossed the line. And already had talked about that. I talked about that these people are too heavily involved in this reality show. And I know that it wasn't Martell or the Scotts, it was the millimeters. It was these people that was going around doxing people just because people, don't want to go ahead and side with them when it comes to Melanie. They was taking it a little too far. And now we see who are the commonators, the ones that's really is pushing all this stuff. And I'm glad because you guys know that I talked about it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this episode. I think it's episode 4. Last night I was supposed to go ahead and do a review, but for some reason our provider, which I'm with, Dish TV, it had the schedule of last week. So I'm thinking that, the show was not going to come on. So I just let it go because I told you guys that I was going to come on round about 6 or 7 o'clock to go ahead and do my review. I see my girl, country girl, is in the house. Happy blessed Sunday at work. Oh, she's at work. Thank you for coming on, support me. Yes, indeed. She is at work. Yes. Thank God, that we are able to work. Yes. That's what my girl, country girl, is. She's here to support me. But yes, I was going to go ahead and do my live around about 3 o'clock tomorrow. But when I saw how, they were saying that the feds are investigating some of the millimeters. Did you hear that, Queenie? They are investigating the millimeters. These insane fans and these bloggers that's attacking people, doxing people, going around these people homes and their business, going on Yap, and giving these people bad reviews. So now these people saying these people are messing up our way of living. So I don't blame them for taking action, especially Martell, because you remember how they put that rumor out about Martell, that Martell and Ariane Curry had got into an altercation. And you know good and well, these people don't play when it comes to DV. When you accuse someone of DV, it would mess up their livelihood. It would mess up everything that they're attached to. And for them to go and run with this lie without doing their proper investigation, just heard that a Martell Hope, which we already saw some picture of some guy that they claimed that was Martell, but they ran with that lie. And once they found out that it was not true, they didn't come back and they didn't apologize. They twisted to make it feel like, it was their it was still Martell and Ariane's fault. And also when it came to Miss Wanda, how they was doxing Miss Wanda, putting all the inside of her house stuff, putting it on social media, making fun of it, doing all types of stuff to Miss Wanda. And Miss Wanda sat there and say, she was going to take this a little farther, that she was going to file charges against this, which I don't blame Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda said these people was calling her home, threatening her, just off of what's going on a reality show. And now they talking about the papers, the documents dealing with Melody and Martell. Now, they are saying something about, how it got out, and also, how people making videos on it. But I was listening to one of these bloggers where they were saying that Melody cousin was the one that had put it out. And I'm gonna go ahead and say alleged, because like I say, everything on in here, I'm gonna say for entertainment purpose only. Okay. But the video says that with the way that she did a commentary, she said that the information came from Melody's cousin. And like I said, most of all this stuff that's going on social media, with all this beef, with all this tearing down, it come from Mel's fans. And I feel, yes, you're right, Queenie. I feel that Mel should have stopped that. Mel should have went ahead and nipped that in the bud. But what she was doing, I'm going to say allegedly, but what she was doing is, it's like she was fanning the fire. It's like she pretty much, just let these people just pretty much take over this show, because that's exactly what they was doing. The fans and these bloggers, they pretty much was steering the narrative of this show. So now I am so glad that these people are putting a stop to this, where they're saying that many of these bloggers and these fans, that they better be praying, because the feds going to knock on their doors, because they putting out all these lies. But I thought that people should have learned from all the stuff that had happened with Tasha K and Cardi B. So I'm thinking, that people was going to go ahead and slack off. But like I said there and say, these people don't care, especially when they can get a little few dimes off of somebody else pain. Oh, they're going to do it. They don't care who they pull down. It's just so sad. It is so sad. Yes, and country girl, that I had called it. I called it first when I saw how they was doing Martell, saying that Martell had DV, which we can't say those certain words, but and then they didn't do anything to try to go ahead and stop it. They didn't apologize. They ran with that lie. So, like I said, whatever happened to them, they deserve it. And I always goes for the underdogs. But let me lower my mic down because my mic is too high. But this right here, this is grimy. This is too much, because like I said, this right here is a reality show. And these people only show you just a snippet of their life. And for these people to ride around, yes, I was listening, Queenie, I think it was last night, where one of the bloggers said that she rides around these people's house. Do you hear me? Ride around these people's house just to come back and give commentary. I remember when one of them went into Destiny's building and came back to make a commentary off of that. This is these people livelihoods. They even did it to Stormy. They went on Yap and they went and gave this girl and Martell with the wine, gave them bad reviews. Now these people have to hire people, pay money to go ahead and clean all that stuff off of those reports on Yap. And that costs money. So I don't blame them when they find anyone that's giving them bad reports just because of this reality show. Yes, I will sit there and I will sue them as well, because these people are taking this stuff too far. I mean, it's like, what is going on in your personal life where you have to go to the extreme to tear down people, to dox people over something that these people on these reality shows, if they see you walking on a sidewalk on fire, they wouldn't even pee on your tail to put the fire out. But yet you going above and beyond to go ahead and get yourself in trouble, paying all types of lawyer fees and don't know what could happen to you. Do you think that Melanie and her team is going to go ahead and get you out of this trouble, give you money so you can go ahead and hire your attorney? I don't think so. So why are you guys are getting so involved in these people business? Like I said, I'm gonna say allegedly, but some of these people that's putting out all this information, it got to be insiders. It got to be from the inside. Just like I was listening to this blogger, how she was saying that it was said that it was one of Melanie's cousin that had was giving them information. Some of this stuff right here, and I'm going to say allegedly, all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. But some of this stuff, it got to be from insiders. So I don't blame these people for taking action. And now I want to know who the victim now. Who are the victims? Because it's sure not Mel is not the victim. Mel is not a victim because it's more of Melody's fans that's putting this stuff out. And not only that, you guys hurting yourself, but you also is hurting this show. You hurting not only hurting the show, you hurting yourself as well. And the ratings are going down because you guys, like I said, is too heavily invested in this show. So like I said, I called this. I called this from day one. Go and look at all my videos. When I saw this stuff was happening, I say these people need to go ahead and take action because this is psychotic. This is totally insane. For these people to stay up all day and all night just to try to tear people down that they really don't know. I mean, where's all that energy? You have to go into some very, very dark place to pull all that stuff out to hate someone that you really don't know. Come on, guys, make it make sense. Make it make sense. So when I saw this right here, like I said, they deserve everything that happened to them. Everything that happened to them, they deserve it because, like I said, they should have learned from all the stuff that had happened with Tasha K and Cardi B. Where every time when Tasha K tried to make a dime, and I'm gonna say allegedly on YouTube, Cardi B is there to snatch it away. So they should have learned. They should have learned. But like I said there and say, when people are desperate, that's the type of things that they're gonna do. You got to be really desperate to sit there and try to tear down people who you don't know. Make it make sense. But yes, I wanted to go ahead and talk about that before I get into the show because last night I was supposed to make a video. I was not video. I was going to come live last night so we can go ahead and talk about it. But for some reason, they had the station, they had it all messed up. You know, they had the schedule all messed up. But I really didn't like what I saw anyway. The part that I saw, I'm not going to go ahead and start, from the beginning. I'm just going to be all over the place. But I really didn't like it, the show, because to me, it's like they trying to just sweep under the rug this big, huge elephant that's in the floor or put a band-aid over something that they have not addressed because it was too much stuff that had happened where when Letitia was confronted about her husband was cheating, those was real tears that came out of Letitia's eyes for to say, now I'm just going to go ahead. We're not going to talk about it on the show. We're just going to go ahead and we're just going to move forward. It doesn't work like that. And that's why the ratings are going down because you guys think that you can try to pick up where, you try to start from the beginning with the comeback group and all this other stuff. And forget about all the dirt that you guys did. And the reason why you guys want to forget about it, because Mel was the common denominator of all the stuff that had happened. Because when it all was at that, I think it was, yeah, at the day spot, this right here. I mean, Stormy, she really lit on Kiki because, I guess they was trying to, make a show. I don't know, but when Melanie left out, Stormy pretty much cooled down. But Melanie's saying that she left out because she don't want no one to interfere in her peace, with her peace. But yet when Mel left, Mel came back. So, what it is, why did you leave and then you come back? The reason why Mel left, because it all started because of Mel. Come on, tell the truth and shame the devil. Mel left not because of her peace. Mel left because she the one started all this. When she invited these girls in a home, invited Kiki, knowing that Kiki was Letitia's first cousin, talking about Tisha in that home, and then Mel want to leave at the spa. And the only reason why she did that because she did not want it her name to be brought up. Because Mel started. Mel was trying to get information, some dirt on Tisha from her cousin. And for Kimmy, I don't know, because of Kimmy had that cancer scare, because Kimmy, to me, she's acting like a good Samaritan. Kimmy is acting like, to me, that she more favoring all the dirt that Melanie did. Let me go ahead and smaller this screen some. Yeah, because I know I'm glitching a little bit because I have my yeah. But hold on, guys. I dropped something. Yeah, but like I said, not Tisha, Kimmy, I just don't like this, what Kimmy is doing. It's like Kimmy is like a puppet master. Kimmy is like she's pulling Letitia strings and trying to tell Letitia to go ahead and forget about all the stuff that had happened. What if someone would have dug up dirt on your husband, would have went and tried to pay a woman to come on this show, and also go to your cousin, trying to get your cousin on that show so she can bring up some dirt to sabotage you and your husband? I don't think that Kimmy would like it, because the minute when they were saying that Maurice was having women at night in his business, the first thing that Maurice was saying that he was going to start suing people for defamation. So he went ahead and he cut that in the bud. But yet, you guys, they want to sit there and forget about all this stuff that Mel had did to Tisha. And Tisha said that, oh, we don't want to talk about it anymore. And see, that's the part when it comes to Letitia, where people wants to call Letitia weak. And that's why people call Letitia weak. Because I don't know, what had happened when Carlos King had went to Huntsville, but still evolved. It got to play out the way that it ended. It got to play out the way that it ended in order for you guys to move forward, because nobody is not going to take this fake storyline right here, because no one is buying this. And when Mel had came in at the meeting with Kimmy, you can see right here that Letitia was very uneasy. But Letitia is only doing all this because she's trying to keep the peace. And, because most likely Kimmy is the one that's telling her and, everybody else, let it go. Let's go ahead and make that money. But you cannot sell this stuff to us, because we watching this stuff as a show, and we want it to be able to flow. This is not flowing. And you can see right here, when Melanie had came in with a basket with chicken salad and crackers and eating at the table, facing Letitia, it's letting you know that she's not taking accountability of what she's doing. Now, maybe behind the scene, they may have worked it out, but you didn't work it out with your fans. So confused. This is confused. This is bad editing. All this stuff right here could have happened later on down the line until they talk about this big elephant that's in the room. And look at Melanie. You can see Melanie is not taking accountability. That's why Melanie can do the things that she do. Oh, let's go ahead and let's rewrite the story. Let's forget about all this stuff that happened. I mean, Tisha sat there, she was really crying about the stuff that was going on, how these people was trying to throw everything at her to get rid of her husband. Even had these bloggers making videos of Marcel's back and a child, that Marcel had a child, and Letitia was asking Melody, where did you get all this information from? And what did Melody say? Melody said she got it off of YouTube. Melody was willing to tear down everything that Letitia and Marcel had in order to sit there and make herself feel good. Like I said, hurt people. But they're going to have to talk about this, because to me, this is trash. This is garbage. This could have stayed on the cutting room floor, or it could have stayed, like I say, this could have happened later on down the line. But for Kimmy to force Letitia to let all this stuff go, no way in the world that this would have happened in real life. And for them to come together and do business, the first thing that Kimmy said this looked like the comeback group, because she saw Letitia and Marcel's face on the picture. Kimmy could have kept that quiet. Kimmy could have talked to her sister-in-law at her house or on the phone. She didn't have to bring that to the meeting. So right there, it's showing you that Kimmy is pretty much, hold on guys, is siding with Melody, which I wouldn't even trust Kimmy. Miss Wanda already had called Kimmy out before. You remember when Miss Wanda had called Kimmy out? Kimmy even said on the at the reunion that if Letitia was not her sister-in-law, she don't think that they would be friends. So right there, it tells you that Kimmy really does not care for Melody. I'm not Melody, for Tisha. She really don't care for Tisha. And that's the part that I didn't like. I just didn't like that at all. And it's like we all see two different shows. We all see two different shows. And what Tisha had said and Marcel, the plans that they had, for this event that they have called the Blaque Xploitation. To me, it was good, for them to do it free. I get more joy when I do stuff for free, because sometimes it's best to give, because the more that you give, you're going to receive. And I thought that Mel would, be on board with this, because Mel always talks about God, always talking about her blessings. Don't you know that your blessings is in your giving? Your blessings is in your giving. So for Mel to come out and say, put a price tag on it, that really spoiled everything, because all of them, really was just doing it as charity work because they wanted to give back to their community. They wanted to give back to people, that's coming after them. They wanted to, pour into, into their future, which the event did, from what we had saw on social media. The event came out, it turned out very beautiful, with or without Mel. But when you go to the Essence, fest, and you speak, these people don't pay you to come on that panel. When you go on Oprah Winfrey show or go on some platform, these people don't pay you. The most that these people will give you, if you have to travel, and that's a hotel and maybe a cart for for dinner or something like that. But these people don't pay you. So why did Mel wanted Letitia to pay her? When you go on those talk shows and you do these interviews, do these people pay you to come on to talk? No, these people don't pay you. So what makes Mel think that Letitia should have paid her when they all was a part of the business? When they all, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Come on, guys, make it make sense, because it doesn't make sense at all. For Mel to come out and say that she wanted to get paid to speak, make it make sense. And I don't understand why you guys don't see that. And like I said, when it comes to this show right here, I think that most likely this might be the last season, unless this just the beginning. Now maybe once Sheree come on, it might take a different turn, which I hope Sheree does make a difference on that show, because Sheree is more seasoned than anybody else, and these people right here, as you can see, they are very rookies. I don't give a care how long that they say that they did this show, 100 episodes, 100 episodes of garbage. That's pretty much what it was, because it all was about Martell and Melody fighting each other. So now that, I thought that the Scots was going to be able to steer the narrative, bring this show back, to its original state. But now it's just all messed up, because, you leaving people hung. People want to know, you know, this is too fake. This is too phony. No way in the world that this would ever happen in real life. If you had attacked somebody's family, could you eat in that person's face? You have to be a very cold-hearted person after you try to sabotage my marriage, trying to break up my home, but yet you can eat crackers and salad in my face. Come on, guys, that does not make no sense at all. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And I really wasn't even going to come on today to even talk about that. I was going to talk about it maybe tomorrow, because this right here, like I said, now I see why the ratings are just going down, because it doesn't make no sense at all. Because you cannot sweep that under the rug. You cannot sit there and just bypass all this stuff that had happened. Mel did a lot of stuff on that show. And then the thing about it is that now she wants to have some kind of event where it's called etiquette, where she want, I guess, everybody to come in, because she feel that they are hood and ghetto, where she can have an etiquette class. I guess someone that's going to come and teach. But if anybody need etiquette class, it should be Melody, because she was the one that was throwing bottles. She was the one that's sitting there putting everybody down, calling people out, and bringing all of her stuff on that show. Letitia, she handled herself ladylike, excellent. Kimmy, she handled herself excellent. The only one that was ghetto ratchet, and that was Melody on that show. I never saw Kimmy and Tisha act a fool on that show and degrade their man and act all hood and did half of the stuff that Melanie did on that show, but yet she wants to have an edited class. If I was them, I would let Melanie have that class all by herself. All by herself. I wouldn't even show up because what could they tell me, unless Melanie trying to deflect from all the stuff that she did. That's why she's keep leaving like she's in a peaceful state. No, you leaving because you was the common denominator. You was the one that had started all that stuff. You was the one that was interfering in these people's relationship because what had happened to yours. You was the one that brought all this stuff to the forefront. You was the one that brought all your dirty laundry out. So if anyone needs etiquette, maybe you and Martell might need it. Because you can see, let me show you right here. I want to talk about that too. I'm going to talk about that as well. But yeah, right here, you remember this fight, but I just put this right here. You remember this fight that had happened in front of what's her name? Destiny's shop. Melanie was not even talking to Martell at the time. But when it's time for mess, when it's time to sit there and something that she wants Martell to handle, then she gonna friend Martell. Then she gonna get Martell back on her good side just to handle that mess. And Martell went ahead and he fell for it. Because if Melanie would have stayed away from Destiny's building, that event that Destiny had, none of that stuff wouldn't have happened. Miss Wanda would have still been on that show. Destiny probably still was running her business, but Melanie was the one that had started all that. And guys, you might sit there and say, oh, everything is Melanie. Everything is about Melanie. Yes, it is about Melanie. Because Melanie don't have nobody to blame but herself for running that show in the ground. Because if she would have started that show right as a comeback group, having these Black entrepreneurs coming together, building up their community, then maybe later on, all this other stuff she could have brought out. But no, she wanted to make it all about her. She wanted to shine. And this right here, this is the product. So now you want to just sit there and just wish it go away? Ain't nobody buying that. No one is buying that. It doesn't make sense at all. And look, you can see, like I said, you can see Letitia is all uncomfortable. But Letitia, like I said, Letitia does need a backbone, because no way in the world that I would have these people trying to do business with these people, which, this all a part of reality show because I did my investigation on this stuff right here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. But this all a reality show because Tisha and the Scotts does not have the hopes in their business. Not at all. Only on the reality show. But I wouldn't even have it on the reality show. Why would you want to work with someone that does not want to work with you? Why would you want to be around someone that tried to tear my family down? Like I say, fool me once, but you're not going to fool me twice. Once a snake is always a snake. Once you let that snake back in, that snake going to come back 7 times worse than what it already is. The only reason why Melanie was sitting at that table because pretty much she have nobody else to film with. So that's why she was sitting at that table. But you can't force someone to be a part of something that they don't have no passion for, because all they're going to do is it's just going to bring the energy down. And you can see this she's fake. You can see it. And Kimmy, like I said, Kimmy she's acting like a good Samaritan trying to get it together. But Kimmy, she's questionable. Kimmy is very questionable. And that's why I was glad that Miss Wanda went ahead and called her out. because Kimmy wouldn't want no one to do what Melanie did to Tisha to her. Kimmy wouldn't have, I don't think Kimmy would have been able to handle that. Would you be in your enemy face, somebody's face that wanted to tear my family down? I don't think so. All this right here is look forced. I guess they probably say, look, let's go ahead and make this money. Let's make this quick money. Let's go ahead and pretend. And that's why Melody could do what she do. She have no accountability. That's why this is all fake, and it's just all wrong. That is all wrong. Because like I said, it has a big huge elephant in the middle of the floor. And all this right here, it just looks so fake. And for Melody to sit there and chew in my face, and Tisha to go ahead and just let it go, it doesn't make sense at all, guys. I don't know what you guys think. Yeah, and I also want to go ahead and talk about this right here. I'm not going to show the face again, but that's the real scopes right there. And maybe, all this animosity is because that was a part of the host's dreams as well. They sold all this stuff to Letitia, where they went ahead and, like Letitia had said, she made it $1 million company. So let me go ahead and show you this part right here, because I was listening to this old blogger, oh my God, saying that Letitia does not own none of Scopes. But if you Google Letitia, you're going to see that Letitia, she owned the majority of Scopes. So let me go ahead and pull this up right here. See, that's just to show you that these people, they don't do the proper research. Now, this right here is the vision for Scopes. This is Martell's business right here. And this is his here is Martell's team. So all that stuff that you see on these reality shows, all that stuff is fake, okay? It's fake. And Marcel, he not only have a location of Scopes in Huntsville, Alabama, but he also have it in Nashville, Tennessee. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? These haters? Atlanta, Georgia, Columbia, South Carolina, and Houston, Texas. So these people are doing good. They have 5 locations of their company. And trust me, the people that I see right here that's working with them does not look like Martell and Hosts. Okay? Does not look like them at all. But this right here is their vision right here. It says, all about us. It says general building contractors specializing in designing building, commercial building outs, commercial strip malls, hotel bills, and federal contracting as your general contractor. Scopes Industry will competitively bid your project to provide a full spectrum of service to managers the construction process. Scopes Industry has the #1 vendor support network in the I guess the Tennessee Valley area. But this is all Martell's right here. There is his vision. So, like I say, to all those haters that's out there saying that, you know, thinking this stuff that's on this reality show is real, trust me, this stuff is not real at all. These people is only out there making their money, okay? We all messed up. We getting all bogged up in these people business, but these people sitting there, they making their money. They are making their money, but we are out there acting like a fool. So to the ones that's thinking that the Scots is trying to, not the Scots, the Scots is trying to get Martell and maybe Martell, because Martell, like I said, he's not as ruthless and like Melody, but most all this stuff trying to get them back together, that's all a part of an act, as you can see right here. So when you run with the story, guys, make sure you do your proper research, because like I said, Google has a huge search engine. All we have to do is use it. Everything that we need is right there on Google, okay? It's just that we so lazy that we don't want to do our proper research. So all that information that y'all saw out there saying that Letitia does not own her company, Letitia owned the majority of her company. Let me go ahead and read this. Let me read this right here. And that's why I sit there and say it's time for you guys to stop running with these lies. These people is only putting on a show for you guys. These people is not going to put their real life stuff on these reality shows for what? For you guys to sit there and try to tear it down like y'all did Destiny's and trying to do Stormy's. But this right here, this is Letitia. Look how pretty she is. Let me see if y'all can see this right here. Let me see. Yeah, go ahead and read all that. That's on Google. This is Letitia right here. It says Letitia Scott, construction operator, administrator, a graduate of Alabama A&M Universal with a BS. At the time, she had a business degree, business, and South University with the MBA in finances. Letitia Scott is a majority shareholder, a majority shareholder of Scopes Industry. Okay, a majority. Letitia has more than 10 years of experience in real estate and finances service, including budgeting, financial counseling, financial goals, setting, small business counseling. Her work, I can't hardly say it good. Her work in the real estate and financial industry has prepared her with the skills necessary to continue run a highly successful business. Did you hear that, guys? So all you guys that's sitting there thinking that this girl don't know what she's doing, these people been running this business most likely without this reality show. And all this stuff that you guys saw, all that stuff was part of an act. And that's real talk. But like I say, these people, they are not playing anymore. These people are taking action because now you guys have made it too personal. You guys made it so personal when you digging into these people personal business. All this right here is just a show, okay? But like I said, if anybody needs etiquette, it needs to be Melody, okay? Because she the one that brought all that drama on that show. Look at this right here. The Fletchers. How you see they holding back who? Who they holding back? They ain't holding Martell back. They holding Melody back. They holding Melody back because Melody was the one that was attacking Martell. That's who they holding back. So who is the aggressive one? If it was Martell, I promise you, it wouldn't have never got that far. If it was Martell, the police would have been right there on that set, on that scene to arrest him. But Melody did not take no accountability. Nothing happened to her. She was able to continue filming. But I promise you, if it was the other way around, you guys would have wanted Martell's head on a silver platter. Now tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. But since it was Melody, you guys, y'all take your head and put it in the sand. Turn your head to all the bad behavior, all the stuff that she's doing. But yet now, next week, she's trying to get all the girls together so they can have an etiquette class. Please. The only one that needed is Melanie because she the one did the most. And that's why her fans and the ones that's blocking the millimeters or whatever, they just like her. Just like her. But see, guys, y'all don't see stuff like this. And like I said, this is not hating on Melanie because, like I said, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I'm just watching this reality show, observing it just like you guys. But I'm just calling it out. I see the BS behind it. I'm calling it out. What you guys failed to call. You guys blaming everybody. But the ones that's really doing all that. And that's why the judge, as you can see, as they say, threw the hammer at Melanie. Because they know who the common denominator. They know the one that's really fanning the fire. If you don't have the judge to favor you, and you supposed to be the victim, you was the one that you say your husband was cheating on you, but look like now people in higher places, they throwing the gavel at you. Because like I said, the truth is going to find its way back home, slowly but surely, but it's going to find its way back home. You never win when you play dirty. Never. And a bark dog gonna always holler. When you hearing everybody is lifting up this one person, then you got to examine yourself. Why is everybody is lifting up this one person? Why? Because that's what the world does. The world will sit there and watch you go up. And the minute you sit there and you turn on them, they will shake your tail clean off that ladder. They will pull a prop right from under you. Or they will rip the sheets right off of you and expose you for who you are. That's why I do not run with the crowd. When I see the crowd going this way, I go the other way. I want to know what's going on. Because see, this road right here is very narrow and it's very lonely. Not too many people is going to go on this narrow road. Everybody is running to the broad road. Everybody wants to be the it girls. Everybody wants to be where it's famous. You know? So no way in the world I will go on that side because something is not right. And I saw all this stuff. But like I say, we just sit back, let them talk. Sooner or later, the Most High God is going to rip the sheets right off them and show you these wolves in sheep clothing. You don't even have to say not one word. You don't have to say not one word. All you have to do is just sit there and just sit back and let them hang themselves. And that's exactly what they're doing. So if anything happened to them, they have nobody to blame. If Melanie get off of that show, which sooner or later she's going to be off of that show. Everybody was saying that's Melanie's show. Keep putting your eggs in this basket. And it's just going to be just them. That's it. It's going to come crumbling down. Because like I say, you never win playing dirty. Never win playing dirty. You will be exposed. And that's why I sit there and say, with this show right here, when it comes to these reality shows, everybody can take a piece out of this. Everybody went through some of this stuff. But this right here, guys, this is not it. This is not it. Especially when you have to interfere in these people's business. When you got to tamper in these people's business. Now, people trying to run from it. All you're hearing now is crickets. All day, all night, these people set up and talk about these people all day, all night. But you don't hear it now. All you're hearing pretty much is crickets, crickets, crickets. Because you cannot continue tearing somebody down just because you do not like that person. And that's the type of people that we are. We call good evil and evil good. We love doing stuff like this. But it's going to catch up with you. So you better make sure that the same mouth that's running, you better have a check that's you be able to cash that check, because sooner or later you're going to have to put your money where your mouth is. Pay up or shut up. You cannot just keep going around trying to tear down people that you don't know, doxing people, getting these people address, putting it on social media, going on these people business page, tearing these people business page down, giving them bad reviews. Do you think that these people was just going to sit back and watch you sabotage these people business? And the thing about it is that our own people is doing this. Our own people is doing this. We can be our worst enemies. A bunch of crabs in a barrel. Just because these people giving you a little crumbs. Now, if these people sit there come after you, you're going to lose your channel. Most likely you're going to have to go to court. And do you think that these people that you sitting there trying to put on this pedestal, do you think that these people are going to try to bail you out? Or these people going to hire an attorney to get you out? No. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Was all that worth it? I don't think so. That is wrong. You don't know these people. That is absolutely wrong. That's what I call a dark soul. That's a very dark soul. A very evil, hurtful person would do stuff like that off of a reality show. A reality show. These people are getting paid thousands of dollars. And you guys making it so personal. And like I said in here, guys, it's real talk. I can't sugarcoat it. I have to call it like it is. I have to call it like it is. Because this right here, I look at it, what is this benefiting our people, our Black community? How can this be beneficial for the Black community? Seeing people behind a screen tearing each other down, our own people tearing each other down. We can't come together. That's all it's showing us, that we cannot work together. We can't work together unless we have to put our foot on somebody else's neck. Like I say, when it comes to money, the love of money can be the root of all evil. The love of money can be the root of all evil. Because it will make you do some crazy things. It will make you sit there and throw your own mama under the bus. It will make you sell your own soul. But what's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your soul? And I know some of these bloggers, they're not making that much money unless somebody is paying them under the table to go ahead and put all this stuff out. Somebody got to be putting all this stuff out. but they're gonna track it down. If you putting these people stuff out on social media, putting all the court documents, which some of that stuff is public, is public documents, that's public. But when you're trying to use all this stuff against people, they're gonna find out. Trust me. And if the feds is involved in this, trust me. One thing about the feds is not like the states. The feds, they're gonna sit patiently. They're gonna sit patiently, and they're gonna wait until you hang yourself. Do you hear me? They are not like the states, where the state is just gonna go ahead and jump and just throw anything out that's gonna stick. But no, if the feds is in onto this right here, trust me, they got something. They got something. So all I can say right now, guys, is stop making this stuff so personal. It's only a reality show. Stop doxing these people. Stop sitting there slumming on these people business page and slumming, passing around these people house, and stop it. Because the end results is not good. It won't be good at all. Everybody should be taking notes of what Tasha K and Cardi B going through. Everybody. But no, the love of money. Guys, this is messed up. Country girls say, enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, Lady D. Thank you. Thank you for coming on my live, Queenie. Thank you very much. But yeah, I had to come on. I was coming on tomorrow to go ahead and talk about this right here, the show. But, when I saw one of these content creators, when she had posted a video about, the feds is coming after these ones that's doxing these people. And it's the Melanites. It's not Tisha's, the Scots. It's not the Scots. It's these people that's making this stuff so personal. Why? I don't know. But like I said, that's our people for you. That's our people for you. Is a shame, because like I said, it's only a show. But they just gonna have to. I hope next week. I hope next week, that it'd be better than what it is, because this right here, it started off too bad. It just started off so bad. It doesn't make sense. This season right here, it doesn't make sense. It's like maybe they rushed. I think that they came on too fast. They didn't, or they couldn't get in touch with the main character. And so they just went ahead and threw anything together. So most likely that's probably had happened. And that's why this is what you see right here. They only can give you what they got right there. But whatever they had, trust me, this right here could have stayed on the cutting room floor, and that's real talk. So, guys, I have at least about 1 more minute, and after that, I'm going to go ahead and close it down. But thank you guys for joining my show, Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. I hope you guys had enjoyed your Sunday out there, had a beautiful, because it's beautiful out here, very, very beautiful. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and talk about this, because it does not make no sense at all. I don't know who are the ones that's putting all this stuff together, but they need somebody that's very professional, that can help these people to write their story. Because this right here, guys, this is not it at all. This right here is a mess. And all this right here should end up on the cutting room floor. And every time when you see y'all main character walk off, she's walking off because she was the starter. I don't want to say what it is, but she was the starter of everything. Okay. So quite obvious, if you start something, you want to go ahead and run. That's what they do. They throw the rock and they hide their hands, and that's real talk. So, guys, you all have a blessed day. Continue enjoying your day. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. I did my hour. Thank you for joining my life. Real talk with your girl, Lady D. Talk to you guys later. Thank you, Queenie. And I know my girl Logical, she probably didn't know, but because I did have it set for tomorrow. But yeah, you all can watch the replay.